Hello and welcome to the Indicator Warehouse. In today's short video, you will see how the all-new Trade Manager will dramatically change the way that you trade. If you're struggling to become a profitable trader, then the Trade Manager is the tool for you. You see, most traders think that they're unsuccessful because they need a better entry signal, and while a good entry signal is important, the real reason you're not successful as a trader is poor money management. Money management is Wall Street's best kept secret. Professional traders and money managers alike know that proper money management is the key to success, and without it, you will never be successful. Wall Street knows that with proper money management, they can make money even with a 50-50 system. I bet you didn't know that, did you? I bet you didn't know that you can be wrong half of the time and still make money in trading. A lot of money. It's true, but you have to have proper money management to do it. Yet in spite of how important money management is to your success, most traders know very little about it. In fact, most traders don't give their money management a second thought. That's why at Indicator Warehouse we developed the Trade Manager. The Trade Manager is designed to give you the exact same tools that the professionals use to make money trading. In fact, Trade Manager will improve your results the very first time you use it. So what's so special about Trade Manager? Well, Trade Manager does two very important things for you. First, a Trade Manager prevents you from risking too much money. But that's not all. Not only does Trade Manager protect your capital, but Trade Manager will also help you maximize your profits. And best of all, it does it all automatically. This is the secret to how the pros make money trading. They limit their risk exposure while maximizing their revenue potential. And now with the Trade Manager from Indicator Warehouse, you can do that too. Let's take a look at how the Trade Manager works. You'll notice that the Trade Manager displays right on your chart on the right-hand column, very similar to how the old chart trader from NinjaTrader used to display, but this one has more options. You'll notice that with Trade Manager, we've eliminated some of the buttons that you don't really use. We've kept the buy market button, sell market button, and of course the close button, the all-important close button when you need to get out of a trade in a hurry. There's also a break-even function, which allows you to take a trade to break even either at a preset number of ticks or manually when you hit the break-even button, and you can also change break even plus 1 tick, 2 ticks, 3 ticks, however many ticks you would like. There is an OCO function, which stands for one cancels other, which allows Trade Manager to do OCO type orders. This little part of the Trade Manager window is just your account summary. It tells you whether you are going to be long or short in a position and your current P&L. Now you can cycle through this as well. You can display it in dollar amount, in ticks, as a percentage, or not at all. Some people find it distracting to see the numbers tick by, so you do have the option of turning it on and off. Next, we come into the all-important account protection feature of Trade Manager. And this is the area where you can choose your stop strategies as well as how much you are going to risk on each of your trades. So first, with the stop strategies, there are 16 different stop strategies to choose from here from Trade Manager. Each one is fully customizable, and the stop strategies are displayed as these blue dots. So currently I have the ATR strategy displayed. Let's say I want to make the ATR a little looser. I can do that just by changing the number, clicking accept, and the ATR will change. If I would like to see how this ATR strategy compares, say, with a percentage strategy, I can preview the percentage strategy, and the percentage strategy will display as these orange hash marks. Or let's say I want to see what it's going to be like as parabolics, And you can see this is what it's like as parabolics. If I would prefer to have this system active, then all I need to do is click the accept button and Trade Manager will automatically change from the system I had to this current one. The account protection feature here allows you to control how much risk you're going to put on in each trade. That is key to your success. There's two risk models to choose from. There's the risk percent model and the manual mode. The risk percent model, you can preset your risk percent amount. Currently, I have mine set at 2% of my account, and that means that my risk will always be limited to that amount. Now, to use Trade Manager, it's really very simple. You click the Set Prices button, and you quite literally click on the chart where you want your entry to be, where you want your stop loss to be. Oop, I did that one a little bit too wide. Let's try that again. So where you want your entry to be, where you want your stop loss to be, and Risk Manager will either automatically plot your profit target for you if you have a preset profit target, or you can set your profit target manually. And the way you do that is through this feature here, Tick Targets Enabled. Right now, this little section here allows me to adjust my profit target. I currently have a 40 tick profit target, and you can see I only have one target. So right now the trade is 100% all in, all out at target number one. If I wanted to change that, if I wanted to add more targets, I could do that. I could add another, split up my percentages a little bit. So let's say I wanted to take half my profit on the first target. I'll take, say, another 25% on my second target, and the remainder will become a runner. So I need to enter my profit objectives now. So let's say I go for 40 ticks on the first target, 50 ticks on the second. There we go. You can see that Trade Manager will give me two different profit targets. Now, I hope you've noticed one thing, that when I'm setting my prices here with Trade Manager, there are times if I set up a trade too large, that Trade Manager will not allow me to actually take the trade because it is beyond what I can afford. That is key for your success. So Trade Manager always will keep your risk to an amount that you can afford. So let's say, for instance, I'm going to set up a trade like this. Trade Manager tells me that the risk is going to be $250 and I can afford one contract. This is gold, of course. It has a higher tick value. If I were trading something like the NASDAQ, I'd probably have 3 or 4 contracts available. Now let's say I set up the trade a little bit tighter. Let's say I set it up like this. You can see that Trade Manager says, oh, well, if you're going to do a trade like this, your risk is still about the same amount. It's a little bit higher. It's at $300. But for this trade, you can afford to take 2 contracts. So the risk amount never changes. And by having this stop feature, where Trade Manager will automatically manage my trade for me, that enables me to actually look at other markets, concentrate on taking other signals. So once this trade becomes active, I know that Trade Manager will manage this trade according to the stop strategy I've chosen all the way to the end. There you have it. It's a very quick overview of the Trade Manager. There's more information at the website. But the Trade Manager gives you all the tools you need to correctly enter the market and manage your trades just like the pros do. So if you're serious about making money like the pros, then you need to use the same tools that the pros are using, and Trade Manager is that tool. There's nothing even remotely like it available for the retail trader. Think about it. You wouldn't climb Mount Everest without the right tools, or you certainly wouldn't let a doctor operate on you without using the right equipment. So why would you want to trade without the right software? If you want to be a successful trader, you need to have the right tools to do it. Trade Manager is perhaps the single most important trading tool you can own. It works in all markets and in all time frames. Trade Manager will make you a better trader and improve your chances of success right from the very first time you use it. In fact, once you use it, you're going to wonder how you ever managed to trade without it. Don't become another statistic. Use Trade Manager and get a handle on your trading. And remember, whether you are day trading the E-mini S&P, other futures contracts, stocks, or the Forex, Indicator Warehouse will help you get more profit from your online trading and technical analysis efforts. Thank you again for joining us.